Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I put the old Keurig on, hit 10 ounces strong because I gotta have the strong.
That's
button.
true.
And because you're drinking coffee, man, you need to
Go all the
drink
way.
coffee.
Go all the way.
Like when you could see through the coffee, like if you were to put coffee in one of those glass
That's
mugs
just brown
and you
water.
could see through it, that's disgusting.
That's horrible.
I mean, if you could see through a clear coffee mug through your coffee, you might be a bad person.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this much.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's start on the Chuck and Bo
There we
show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Let's just come in hot today. When we left the program yesterday, Bart, his parting shot, as we were discussing the college football playoff rankings that were about to come out, Bart's parting shot was, well, they'll all be wrong. And we thought, and we said, I think, well, thankfully, you'll be here tomorrow morning to correct everything. And I walk in, you walked in, Bart walks in. First thing you said was, I told you people that they'd get it all wrong.
people.
And so, Bart, what'd they get wrong?
Well, all sorts of things. I mean, again, I'm not surprised by some of this because if there's
Good
one
morning,
thing,
Bart.
good morning, guys. If there's one thing the selection committee for the college football playoff loves to do, it's overvalue the Big Ten and
here we go.
overvalue resumes that are worthless.
Just let it out early, man. We
quite
got
frankly.
Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, BYU, Texas Tech. That's the top 8.
Yeah, it's not a great situation.
Well, who should have? I mean, what'd they get wrong?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to necessarily disagree with Ohio State being number one. I don't think they've necessarily earned it. I understand they're undefeated. They've won every game they've played, but there are teams below them with far superior resumes. Indiana should not be number 2. I love Kurt Cignetti. I love the story. I love what's happening there. They should not be number 2. I would probably say that Alabama should be in that spot based on the fact that they have 4 top 25 wins. And Indiana has a win against an Oregon team that we don't really know how good they are.
Bart, is it your assumption that the committee doesn't work like you do on this? I mean, seriously, is it?
They
your-
fly around in private
Do
jets.
you think they
and-
spend as much time on this as you do?
No.
Maybe you should be on the committee.
Well, I don't know. I think Bart may have his own thing going. I don't know why he'd spend his time on the committee. Because then he's just a part of a bunch of other people, and you got to
He's
listen
just
to
giving
everybody
in to the
else's
man there.
opinion.
Yeah.
Bart's not a committee guy.
No,
he's
he's
like, if you
not.
want somebody to
He's
be
a
in
committee
charge,
of one.
call me. Yeah, that's right.
He's the committee.
I don't need all these people. You want somebody to cut your budget? That's me. I'll come in and I'll do the job of 12. How many people are on this committee now?
I think it's 12, yeah.
I'll do the job of 12.
Oh,
I'll solve
Could
this.
do it with ease.
I'll solve this.
He could do it in just a matter of minutes.
I mean, you guys all go in there and you got to, but people have to have opinions in those meetings, right? You can't show up,
we have to justify your
stay in
existence.
stay in your 5-star
You're
hotel
right.
room and eat that Black Forest ham and those, croissants with the little crust on the top, little cheese melted on there or whatever it is.
That is good.
Those little chocolate things they bring out at the end, those little pedophores, truffles, all of that. And you got to justify that by going, Bart, I don't know. I mean, Indiana shouldn't be penalized just because the teams they're playing aren't as good, but they're winning all the games.
They are winning all the games, but
This is how the conversation's going.
you do have to award teams for beating good teams. And frankly, Indiana has done that one time this year. If you truly believe that Oregon is really good, and I would say that we don't know that Oregon is necessarily really good because they haven't played anybody.
I got a question. Has anybody forgotten that Alabama lost to Florida State? And
They
Florida
did,
State
yeah.
is so bad they're about to fire their coach. Why does Alabama not get penalized for that?
Well,
It's like it never even happened.
I think they are getting penalized for that by the selection committee by being fourth. I think
Not to you. You've got them number 2.
Yeah, well,
But why have you not penalized them for losing to Florida State? Why have you just forgotten about that?
well, because it happened at the beginning of the year. I think it happened at the beginning of the
Only
year.
Alabama gets that break.
No,
Only
that's not
Alabama
true.
gets
That's
that
not,
break.
That's not true. Because I would say that Notre Dame's one of the 12 best teams in the country right now. Who disagrees with that?
Who?
Notre Dame's one of the 12 best teams in the country. And
Who
they lost
lose to besides A&M?
Miami and A&M. They lost their first 2 games of the
I
year.
don't know if they are. I'm not sure that doesn't. I mean, if the games don't matter, then let's just pick the 12 teams. Who do we think are the 12 best teams?
The games do matter, but
I can't figure out if Chuck's playing a role here, or this is how he feels, or if he cares at all. And I'm curious, like, do we have any
Maybe a little
clue-
bit of all of it. Yeah.
Do we have any clue who the top 10 teams are in college football? Here's what I would say.
I think Texas A&M's the best team right now.
Maybe,
That's my
maybe
opinion.
They are. Maybe there are 2 or 3 here at the top, 4 at the top. I don't know. But I think this is I don't want to throw the word parity gets used, but this and wide open and all that.
I do.
But truly, like if you just read the list of top 25 teams, distinguishing who's actually better than the other team.
guys, they have Iowa ranked. I mean, what kind of idiocy are we dealing with
Well,
here?
who would you like?
Same record as Notre Dame.
Who would you like to have in there?
Well, here's
Who's
who
unranked that you would like to have in there?
I would say. Let's see. I'm comparing.
What about Vanderbilt? number
Memphis.
16?
Memphis isn't ranked.
I gotta say,
Memphis isn't in their top 25.
I got to say, I'll just be real honest. I feel like we should tell people who the college football, what the committee decided, who they are. But at 6:08 and we're just getting up and the eggs aren't even on and the coffee's barely made, deep diving into these teams that when we don't have a team that can even
It's a little overwhelming at this hour.
It is. It's like you wake up and I bring you a steak with a baked potato and it's loaded and you're like, what am I going to do with that right now?
You're going to eat it.
But I do love the overall topic of Bart being at odds with the committee. And I think if we could go here real quick, Bart, just on this, do you think this whole thing is like a sham? Like
in a lot of ways,
like not
yes.
a scam and a fraud, but just this whole committee thing.
In a lot of ways, yes.
And let's just talk about college athletics real quick and all the money being spent. How much money is being spent on the college football playoff committee? And
right,
the big
but they can't pay the players.
And the big meetings that they have in the really nice hotel and all the food and the whatever and just all the money that's like maybe what we need in college athletics is a COO or a CFO. Somebody to be able to say, like, we talk about coaches. What about all these commissioners and what they're making?
Officer.
Nah, we're
That's
not
what
doing
you
that.
need.
You need someone to go, maybe that's a little too much.
I think they should just do maybe a fan vote. But the thing about these early rankings is they don't mean anything because they're not the rankings that actually matter. It's like playing a game and well, hold on. It's like playing a game. It's like playing a basketball game or a golf game or whatever, and you're like, you're playing great. Now let's get down to the last 2 minutes. Let's get down to the last 3 holes. Let's get down to and then all of a sudden everything starts changing. But this thing right now on like putting these rankings out, I mean, it's all essentially putting out the AP top 25. Who cares? I mean, the only thing that can happen is it's like, well, this team started off so low. Can they make their way all the way up there? But we've kind of figured out they can. How many teams are going to get in from the SEC? That's what I want to know. Just tell me that.
5.
4 or 5.
There's no way they're getting 5 teams.
I think it's going to be
politically.
4.
No,
politically.
A&M, Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, and then either Texas or Oklahoma.
Does Arkansas have his chance this year?
Well, you're assuming all those teams don't.
They don't have a shot.
You're assuming all of those
just
teams
checking.
are going to win the remainder of their games, and there's likely to be an upset or two along the way.
Well, sure.
Did they mention last night? Did they mention Arkansas at all in the.
Oh, I didn't watch. Yeah. I didn't want to hear. I didn't want to. I just followed it.
You
on
already
social
knew
media.
they'd be wrong.
I didn't want to hear the selection committee chairman bloviate about why their rankings are so great and everything.
That's a good word, bloviate.
I didn't need that.
What if A&M?
I saw Iowa ranked 20th, and I was like, all right, I'm done with these clowns.
Yeah. What if A&M loses to Missouri or Texas or both? Maybe South Carolina.
They will not be in the playoff.
Really?
Yeah.
If they lose 2 games the rest of the way?
2 games, they're out.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's another thing.
Timing of the loss is important. I mean, again, Florida State, Alabama, completely forgettable. Like it never happened.
I don't think they mentioned this last night on the playoff show, so I would like to mention it now. Arkansas has lost 7 straight games. They're 2-7. Is that right? Is my math right?
That is the word, okay. Yes.
And they absolutely hammered Arkansas State.
I was talking to somebody about that. It was like,
I just wanted to point
the
that
Razorbacks are terrible. It's like, yeah, and they still beat ASU 50-something to,
whatever.
15.
Yeah. Blew them out.
Yeah.
Blew them out. Nobody's talking about. Why is no one talking about that?
Up. Nobody has, have they?
You got Arkansas in their worst year and lost by 30 or whatever.
Yeah.
Can we put that one to bed?
Yeah.
Anyhow, let's talk about something else. The playoff rankings.
My
are
work's
out.
done here.
Bart disagrees with it. Who's going to be the next coach? That's what we want to talk about.
Boy, you hear lots of things, don't you?
James Franklin's
Franklin's name. He's the flavor of the day.
It's being tossed around like the word "the." Just like, oh yeah, it's they were waiting on $40 million, and we had James Franklin, and then Virginia Tech fans are piping up. Don't believe it. He doesn't care about Arkansas. Don't fall for the bluff. Jimmy Sexton's just trying to get him a better deal at Virginia Tech. It's like, are any of these things true?
I don't know. I wonder who the next sitting coach is to get a big raise. I've been waiting on that to happen at some point this year. One of these rumored names, to get locked up where they are. But I don't know about Franklin here. I mean, I've heard the same thing.
There is going to be a surprise. And what I like Bart doing is picking which one. Like, I thought the exercise of Bart filling all the vacancies yesterday was good.
That was fun.
He had Lincoln Riley at
LSU.
LSU.
Yeah.
That would be bizarre. That would be so surprising. But there is going to be the domino that got Cal here. Remember that? Yeah. The domino that was the dude that left from USC.
So what's the domino?
Andy
Enfield went to SMU. Muss left here, went to USC, and that was the domino.
Andy Enfield leaving USC started it all.
It did.
Yeah.
Well, because right now, I mean, and obviously people aren't leaving their jobs in the middle of the season, but kind of predicting I'd like maybe if you could put some odds that we could have a friendly wager on in here, like the domino is going to fall, or you could parlay how many coaches you're going to get right on these vacancies.
Yeah, that would be good.
Like, how many does Bart nail on these? And if you hit like 3 big ones, that'll be, Chuck will take you out to dinner.
What would the payoff be for, like, if he picks Arkansas, Virginia Tech, and LSU? What would the parlay payoff be?
You want to throw Auburn in there?
Auburn, 14 parlay.
Yeah.
You could retire.
Keith on the street would take some of that action.
Absolutely.
Hey, by the way, other people can weigh in on this too. We don't have to just have Bart. We could have listeners weigh in on this.
James Franklin currently plus 400 to be Arkansas's next head coach.
Is he the favorite? Who's the favorite?
He is the favorite.
Okay.
Ryan Silverfield plus 450 alongside Bobby Petrino. PJ Fleck 6-1. John Sumrall 10-1.
Okay.
Ooh, here's another one. Like, if we just go odds on favorites.
James Franklin, however, I do want to say is minus 250 to be the next head coach at Virginia Tech.
Okay.
So,
well, let's just say this. If you want to take that list of odds-on favorites, who are you picking? Ooh, think
Franklin,
about that.
Silverfield, Petrino, Fleck, or Sumrall?
Yeah. Who would you pick if you could pick? I'm not asking you to tell me now. We got to have some. We got to
have
some
suspense. We don't want to end it now.
Hanging on here by a donut. 877.
It's National Donut Day too, by the way.
377-6963. The health in this room, in this group right here, the intentionality towards healthy living really went up yesterday. I'm just going to say the composite score went up. Edward turned down a kolache. You turned down a donut or a kolache. No, you turned down a kolache.
Yes.
Edward turned down a donut.
I didn't eat anything.
I mean, we there's still a donut and a kolache
There's for now.
sitting right out there.
Chuck will take care of that.
It's been there overnight. Do you think it's okay? Do you think the preservatives they put in a kolache or a donut
I think the
will last?
donut's okay. The kolache would be a little suspect. That would just be my thought.
Words to live by as you wake up and see what's left on the counter from last night.
That's right.
Good morning, the Chuck and Bo Show, 617.
They're all crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a critical way. We got issues in this room. I'm going to be truthful about that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Truck Month is here at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, and the savings are big. Get up to $12,000 off new Silverados, up to $8,000 off Chevy 2500s, and up to $5,000 off Chevy Colorado. That's real money back in your pocket. Plus more inventory, more discounts, and better service than anywhere else in Northwest Arkansas. Stop by today and see Chris, Mark, and Denver at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
That's special.
we've been thinking that you travel a lot, and we were wondering if it'd be okay if you just shared your location with us.
Probably not. But
just in case anything happens.
Yeah, I
just with the family here.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
would you mind sharing your location with us?
I would mind. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, let me mention as we come back from this break, we talked about this for a moment last night on Cal's radio show. We lost a member of the Razorback family yesterday, Dave England, longtime trainer since the 80s, all through the Nolan Richardson era. He passed away yesterday and far too young, but we just are thinking about his wife Heather and his daughters and the former players who've reacted over the last 24 hours. You could tell that his relationship with them was as solid as it gets.
84?
84 is when he started, right. And little known fact, Dave England was my Pee-wee basketball coach in Clarksville, and he's the one that drove me into a career in radio. I used to always tell him that.
Dave was always one of the kindest people
guy
you'd see, and he's one of these guys that went through a lot of administrations, a lot of coaching changes, a lot of administrators. We are losing a lot. We've lost a lot of that. You think about Dean Weber is another one. And for much of my time here, Chuck, and I know the same for you, but for nearly 30 years of this constant, some of these constant faces, some of these people that were part of like a big cornerstone of the athletic department. And it's as, you get a little bit older and time goes by, we're missing that. We're missing a little bit of that just sort of connectivity, the bridge of what the traditions have been and how things have gone. Not to say that things don't evolve and have change, but sometimes when you have a Dave England and a Dean Weber and these kinds of people around through all the change, it's a stabilizing force for a lot of factors.
Well, I can tell you with these two guys, and it's happened with Dean many times over the last several months, and it'll happen with Dave too. You don't realize how much somebody does until they're not there. And all the things that Dean did, just the little things that, that's left for somebody else to pick up now. And it'll be the same way and was the same way when Dave retired. And but, I have always admired the people, not just here but at other schools as well, that stick around for 20, 30, 40 years. Because every time a new administration comes in, you're starting over, and if something goes wrong and they, want to make a change, there's not much you can do. And so for the people like those two that have maneuvered through it all over the years, that's not as easy as it seems. And even though they're staples to Razorback fans, when personnel, when administrations, when supervisors change, sometimes surviving's not as easy as it sounds. So I always had a lot of admiration for those guys.
Yeah. Dave England, another great one.
Yeah.
And some great words that you can see all over social media, and I know we just talked about it, but that's another one.
Absolutely.
That just fond memories and somebody that truly left a
lifetime of memories.
Yeah, and there's some people you just meet, and there's a phrase, a positive aftertaste. When you have an interaction with them. They just kind of leave you feeling better, and they do a great job. But it's not to say that they're too nice in terms of like holding things accountable or getting things done. But the manner in which he did things was always left you with a positive aftertaste.
I think the relationship, one of the most fascinating things I've watched over the years, is the relationship between trainers and players and trainers and coaches. For the coach, the trainer's the first one to see if a player's not right. And I'm not talking about physically. They oftentimes are the liaison, so to speak, between the team and the coach. That's a tricky thing to maneuver because you're loyal to your boss. At the same time, you've got to have the trust and respect of the players. So it's a very, very difficult thing to maneuver through. Those guys made it look easy. Those players loved them, trusted them, told them things they wouldn't tell anybody else. But at the same time, they're also part of the staff. And so the best interest of the team's always got to come first. So it's a tricky proposition.
Thoughts with his family this morning. It's 6:26. We'll take a quick break and back in a minute on the Chuck and Bo Show. If you need an emergency contact, just write the Chuck and Bo Show. We'll be your emergency contact.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hogtroff Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up. And don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hogtroff, you get the best of both worlds. Professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection or visit hoggutters.com. When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds, make the right call.
Today's been it's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here.
Just
let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck's still going to call all the games this year. We're going to listen to you come in here and be tired, and 65% of you is better than 100% of everybody else. We'll take it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, I wondered when this was going to happen, but
what?
Big Keith's coming at me about the bet.
Big Keith
will
broke
Arkansas,
Keith on the street?
Yeah, win another game. We'll maybe come back to that. I don't know. Let's just do it now. Hey, Bo, how you feeling about them Hogs? Being a fair man, how about setting our bet right now for $40?
Setting or settling?
Settling? Yeah, settling.
Okay.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Or are you still clinging to hope? What was it, for $50? I give them $50 for lunch, a big lunch.
I really don't recall.
I don't think there was an.
I don't think
there was. I have the audio. Let's put that on pause.
Okay.
And we'll come back to it maybe either later this segment
Okay.
or next segment.
Okay.
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 We'll
and
listen
then we
to the
can
bet.
I can ask
Just
I can
give me a
ask for
minute.
advice. I
Yeah,
can
give me
get
a minute.
advice from you guys on whether or not I should settle the bet or if there's hope that Arkansas can win a game.
That was good planning, Edward.
The rest of the way. Yeah, I like it when you
stepped
when you
in
play that
confidently.
role. Good,
Yeah.
yeah, that's good stuff.
No, not now.
Later.
Yeah.
Nick Pringle was at Razorback football or basketball live last night at Sassy's.
Live with Coach Cal.
Live
please.
with Coach Cal.
Please.
I cannot keep up with the names. What was it, Chuck? What was it called? Dude.
Hey, man, I try to
Give me
keep
the
up. We
intro.
got inside. We
Give me
got
the-
live.
give me the
We
intro.
got all kinds of stuff.
Give me the, somebody told me last night they liked the Chip and Bo show.
Yeah.
I said,
Hey, I've been called Chip a time or
a
two.
Chip and Bo show.
Yeah.
Nick Pringle last night at what?
Live with Coach Cal.
I played on a lot of teams, but I don't know about this much talent. I mean, even the Brandon Miller team I played on, even the Final Four team I played on, I mean, I just don't know if it was this deep.
Wow. That's pretty
That's playing
pretty
the crowd
strong
right there, man.
But I think that he probably believes
No,
it,
I think he
right?
does believe it. And, let me say this about Nick last night and Coach Cal and just the whole vibe around the program right now. This is just my take, and I can be totally off base, but I get the sense that their feet are settled underneath them now. I'm not saying that, Fayetteville's home, from that standpoint when you've lived all over the place and when you're from another part of the country. But I get the sense that things have settled to a degree, and I mean in a good way, like your house is settled a little bit. And that's just the way it seems to me as I'm around them. Now, whether or not that has anything to do with what happens at the end of this year, I don't know. But last year was so frenetic. You think about, I mean, it's turned into an overused line. There was no team. But, I mean, you really had to build that thing from scratch. And you were behind the 8 ball, and everything had to happen in a hurry. And if you think about it, the way the season went, it was disheveled until we got to the end. And if you really step back and view it, from a distance, how could it be any other way when you're coming into an entirely new situation and there's nobody there? Of course it was going to be that way. There were going to be bumps in the road, and it was going to be frenetic, and people were going to be stressed. And then it came together at the end, and poof, it was over. This time, you had a full team during the summer. My sense is that they know they're better, they feel like they're better, and they're just more comfortable in their own skin. That's just my takeaway.
No, listen, we forget they were also hurt going into the season.
Absolutely.
They weren't completely healthy until
That's right.
And then Boogie got hurt, and they were never really completely healthy for the entire season. I mean, you're Cal, and you're coming out of this just vortex of negativity and people not appreciating you after all you did at Kentucky. You come to Arkansas, and everything's brand new. You don't even know, can you get Dunkin' Donuts? Where's Mass? You're out recruiting all the time. It's not like you're in the building. You're trying to get a roster together. Then you finally assemble a team, and you can't even scrimmage because you don't have 10 healthy guys. Mm-hmm. And that really carried on. And then it's just adversity. You're 1-5 or whatever it is. And then they go to Kentucky, and that was medicine ordered by the best doctor. Because, man, that gave them a shot of confidence and a change and a boost. that they carried the rest of the season, but they were never still, even at any point last year. The Sweet 16, even blowing the lead where they could have been in the Elite Eight, they were never, in my opinion, where they are through 2 exhibition games and 1 regular season game this year. This feels completely different.
I'd agree with that.
And that's what we said last year, is if this is probably as bad as it's ever going to be. Now, you can always have a down year. Things happen. Somebody gets hurt. It doesn't work out, whatever. But going into this season is night and day from where they were a year ago. And to hear players just have a joy about their situation should not be overlooked. I mean, that's just pure joy from Nick Pringle, who's been on multiple really good teams. I mean, he alluded to the Brandon Miller team at Alabama.
I'd forgotten about that, to be honest with you, even when I asked the question. You know, he's the modern college basketball player. This is a guy that started his career at Wofford, went to Dodge City Community College in Kansas, went to Alabama, went to South Carolina, got a 6th year, the Diego Pavia rule that applied to Diego, ended up applying to Nick. And so he's got a 6th year of eligibility, and now he's at Arkansas. You know, the guy's he's playing with 18-year-olds, you know, which to me is that's the interesting dynamic in college basketball now. Most years in the past, these kids have been, 2-3 years apart. I mean, the old guys, the veterans, they're 3 years older than the youngest guys. Now, like, the oldest guy's 24, 25, young guys are 18. I mean, it's a whole different dynamic, but I was impressed by him.
I mean, think about what it's going to be like to play all these non-conference games that are coming up, starting with Michigan State on Saturday. There is no football game. But if there was, well, obviously the bigger game right now for the fan base would be this basketball game. I don't know. We've talked about how you can, college basketball has a problem. And it is that we pay attention, most of us, not including Bart, starting in January, maybe February, for others, late February. But when you build a schedule like this, you build a culture of fans that start caring a lot more about basketball. And I know that has a little bit to do with football, but not entirely. When you play marquee games before January, you build a culture for your fans that says you need to pay attention longer. You need to be involved longer. You need to be here for the whole year because you don't want to miss this. We put this product on the floor.
Yeah. He said last night, in fact, there's a pretty good cut somewhere in there where he talked about, I wouldn't have done this if I didn't like my team.
Well, I bet it's right here.
All right.
I bet it's right here. Edward had it labeled as good.
You want to play a team that plays zone. You want to play a team that presses. You want to play a team that holds the ball. You want to play a team that shoots 35 threes. You want to play a team that plays inside out all the time. You got to face everything so by the end of the year, you faced it all. So playing that kind of schedule, I mean, and I felt comfortable doing it because of the team. And then last year, everybody, I didn't have a team. I started with nobody. What do you want to be? We'll play the Lakers. Let's play them 3 times. So, the crazy thing is your league, the SEC that we play in, is so good. You don't have to overdo it. And I don't believe I overdid it. Maybe one game, didn't need to play. But we wanted to go to Dallas. I mean, I think it's important we go to Dallas. I think it's important that we go to New York City. 7,000 people followed us. 8,000 followed us to New York City. I said, well, if you guys want to play up here, then we're going to play a game every year up here. This year it's Houston. Now, they're only number 1 or 2 in the country. But, and that'll be a fun one, too.
It's like Christmas, man. There's Chuck's broadcast live from the show. Man. Okay, let's go to the Savant, the basketball Savant. Isn't this exciting?
Yeah,
start thinking about this?
I
start thinking about these games?
This. Like, how do you not get excited
would you
about
mind,
this?
I know it's in my calendar already, but would you mind just rattling off the marquee non-conference dates for me and the opponent, please?
Sure.
I'm going to start a new list.
So this Saturday at Michigan State on November 27th, otherwise known as Thanksgiving evening, Duke in Chicago.
Wednesday,
Wednesday, December 3rd, Louisville comes to Bud Walton Arena. On December 13th, a Saturday, Arkansas will play Texas Tech in Dallas. On Saturday, December 20th, it is Houston in Newark, New Jersey.
When is that?
December 20th, Saturday.
Yeah. Look at that.
It's a thing of beauty.
Look at that. I mean, that's like pretty much every couple of weeks you got a marquee game. Between now and conference
that's how you
play.
build excitement.
Yeah.
That's how you build excitement.
I don't know what the football schedule is going to look like, going forward every year. You're going to have one open date, I guess, and you don't know when it'll be. But if it's in November, playing a marquee basketball opponent there is overall big picture, that's a good idea.
It's such a marquee matchup that on a college football Saturday, Fox is showing that in primetime.
Well, I mean, do you want to show that or, Big Ten football?
Well, the biggest games are at 11, so, they'll have those out of the way.
The big noon game.
Yeah, the big noon
Eastern
game.
time.
Once that's done, everything after that's gravy.
I'm leaning into the disgust of Bart.
I know.
For the Big Ten.
I know.
Hey, if
and 11 a.m. kickoffs.
If you're disgusted, you need some help, you're not getting the results you need, you think you're legally being taken advantage of, call Cadell Reynolds and let them give you a free consultation on what they can do to help you out. Maybe you're struggling with Social Security disability, some sort of disability claim. You need somebody in your corner who knows the law, who fights hard for you and what you deserve. And that's where Cadell Reynolds comes in. They've been serving Arkansas for more than 30 years, handling everything from car and truck accidents to personal injury cases. Free consultations available at CadellReynolds.com today. Make the right call, 866-314-3728, Cadell Reynolds. We're full service here. We're like the concierge of sports talk radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Football season's here, and Flight by Yuengling is the light beer built for game days. Tastes like a Yuengling, but it's a light beer, and only 95 calories. Flight raises the bar for what a light beer should be, and now it comes in a 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle and skinny cans. Perfect for tailgates, watch parties, or just kicking back after the game. Pick it up at your favorite store or ask your bartender. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag is still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
This fall, don't just pay for a heating tune-up. Make it part of a Paschal membership and get year-round benefits for your home. For as low as $8.99 a month, your annual tune-up is included. Plus, members get exclusive discounts on air, plumbing, and electric services. Don't wait until there's a problem. Protect your home, budget, and peace of mind with Paschal. Visit gopaschal.com to learn more and join today. And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
I don't need Chat GTP. I've got Chuck GTP.
Amen.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck loves to network and hobnob before the game. I'm just kidding. He avoids people at all
No,
costs.
that's not true. That is not true. You make me sound like just an antisocial guy that stands over off to the side and says, "You people stay away from me." It's not like that at all.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, Chuck, we're going to go back in time here. Big Keith.
The magic of
Bro
recorded.
Keith in the house. Keith has claimed hundreds of thousands of dollars in winnings in gambling and sports.
And yet still lives on the street.
He's up. Multiple times he's been 14-1 on a 15-team parlay. He called in back, I think, around when Petrino was named the interim.
This was on September 23rd.
There you go. Let's go back. Let's see how bad I end up feeling here.
He might not win another game the whole season.
Might not.
Yeah. I don't see it.
That is a possibility. Okay, let's go there real quick, Keith. Let's make a bet. You want to? Just a fun wager here. What do you want? You want like $50 dinner? Like, yeah,
that's fine.
I give you $50 for dinner. You give me $50 for dinner. I mean, that'll cover a dinner for two at Apple.
For what? What are we doing?
Arkansas wins another game this year. You have Arkansas not winning another game this year.
All right, but who do they have left? You got to tell me who they have left.
Well, you already said.
I haven't looked it up.
Well,
I said I don't think they're going to win one.
Well, that's what I mean. Like you already said.
Do they have any more Memphis type teams?
Well, no, but they don't want a Memphis team. They didn't win that game. They've got Notre Dame, at Tennessee, Texas A&M, Auburn, Mississippi State, LSU, at Texas. By the way, the LSU game's in Baton Rouge, and Missouri and Fayetteville.
Yeah, no, we won't win another game.
All right, so it's done.
All right, I'll put that on there with you.
Okay.
I'll put that with you.
There we go. Now, Keith has texted the show today and asked me if I want to settle for 40.
It's getting cold outside. It needs that 40.
The winter months are coming, man.
It's buying your bet back.
Shelter's important.
Roger in Danville has chimed in. Petrino took over. I said Hogs would go 0-7. Remember, Bo? Roger Paris. He signed it. And then he follows up. We know you don't want to talk about it now, Roger in Paris. Yeah, I'm running from it, clearly. Seth and Rogers, don't settle, Bo. I think they win an away game. Just have that feeling.
Roger's one of these guys that, like, at 7 in the morning, it's going to be a terrible day. I don't care what everything's going to fall apart. They're not any good. They suck. And then at 5 o'clock, I told you it's going to be a terrible day. Right. Congratulate me on being right. Where's my trophy?
That is.
I told you it's going to be awful.
There were a lot of those
it's
fans.
Like, who wants to be around people like that?
We heard from those people going into the season, and I said, why would you want to be like that? Why would you want to not just enjoy the day and hope and believe that maybe it could be different and maybe it could happen? And then when it's not, and then when it doesn't, then we can all be like that. But it's as if there's glee.
It's going to be a terrible day.
It's like
terrible day.
You know, I knew when I was driving down the road today, the wheels were going to come off my vehicle.
I was
Is that going to make you feel better about it when
Thank
you're
God
standing?
I was right.
Yeah, when you're alongside the road and all
High
four of
fives.
your wheels are off, and you're just like half in one lane, and everybody's like traffic stacked up. You're going to be like,
I predicted
what
that.
What are you smiling about? I called it. I was right. I knew it was going to be this way. David's in South Arkansas. David, good morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning, gentlemen. Just chiming in on the will we or will we not win another game. Okay, take into account the chaos at LSU. Now, do you think that is perhaps the game we can actually win, even though it is Baton Rouge? Because LSU right now might be a basket case just like we are. Just throwing that out, guys. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's another thing is you're looking at other teams and their situations, and we don't know how Arkansas is going to come out of this bye week. Are they going to be intact? Are they going to be refreshed? Do they still care? Football's hard. When, we talk about hope for fans, but you don't feel like you have hope as a player, and you don't know if the guy next to you is fighting as hard for you as you are for him. It can happen. We've seen it for years, many different teams. Can they stay together? Can they play for one game for each other? Or are they going to kind of limp their way through the end of the season?
If I was the coach,
mercifully end it.
If I was a coach or a fan of either Arkansas or LSU, I'd want something good to happen pretty quickly in that ball game because, you do tend to wonder what's it going to be like if you fall behind 14
in that ball game?
Yeah,
because when they do tee it off, that could make one team go away pretty quickly.
Well, that's just it. And when you're playing somebody that's reeling, the first thing you always say is, hey, if we'll jump on them early, they'll quit. I'm sure they feel that way about Arkansas, and I'm sure Arkansas feels that way about them.
It's an 11:45 kickoff in Baton Rouge a week from Saturday.
That's right.
Hey, you can catch the Chuck and Bo Show on demand anytime. Wherever you get podcasts, just search Chuck and Bo. You can also find it on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, it's an easy way to follow the show wherever you are. Traveling, out of town, whatever it is, you can always catch the show there. You can catch it on demand there as well. Chuck and Bo on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. 25 years in business, built on trust, relationships, and top-tier service where you drive with confidence.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life, too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today. Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
The voice of the Razorbacks is Chuck Barrett, and he chose McDonald Eye Associates for his recent cataract surgery.
I went to McDonald Eyes. I can see in a way I've not seen in a long time. And I'm looking forward to this football season because of that. Your eyes are a big deal. I don't care if you're a sports play-by-play guy or what you do. You have to have trust. My trust was developed because I knew they were listening to me.
For your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
So I spent yesterday. You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Why we love a coaching search. It's because the outside world talks about us like we're a sleeping giant. It's the one time that people talk about how great we could be. We go from not winning, because anytime you have a coaching search, it's because you've not won. And then all of a sudden, just for a brief period, everybody's saying, that's a sleeping giant. They got all that money. And just think about all the things they could be. And then 5 years later, we do it again. And that's just kind of how it's been.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
7:02. We've rallied from a slow start today.
We actually started fast. We came out a little bit out of control. A little bit out of control. A little bit out of control.
Okay, well, steak and potatoes.
Yeah, and then we settled it back in.
Kind of settled in.
I like charging out of the gate, though, sometimes.
Well, yeah. I mean,
sometimes you just got to bust out of the gate.
We really, I said it wrong. You're right. We really don't start slow around here. We sometimes we forget to say good morning.
Yeah.
Most mornings.
That's what happened today.
Most mornings.
It's like, hey, here we go.
Here we go. Talking.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, good morning. There's no pleasantries.
No.
They just jump in.
Yeah.
And whatever's on the
It's
mind.
like, did you get the trash taken out? Did you get that done last night?
That's right. Hey, Big Keith has phoned in now to talk about the bet that is
and what
looming.
a bet it is.
It's looming.
It's taking on a life of its own.
He called in and said Arkansas wouldn't win another game. This is before the Notre Dame game. And I said I'd bet him that. And then he texted today that he would settle the bet for $40 because I said $50 for dinner. And now he's giving me the chance for $40. Is that right, Keith? Have I summarized it correctly?
Yep. Big Keith up in the house. How you guys doing today?
Well, Keith, let me ask you, why do you feel the need to announce yourself after I've already done it?
Because that's my trademark, bro.
Do you walk into every room and announce yourself?
Yeah. No, I don't have to. I got my people to do that.
Oh.
I don't go in rooms. All I got is cardboard boxes.
Well, I figured that.
So
it's so hard to find pay phones nowadays.
They got a few of them here and there.
Okay. I'm confused. I'm not keeping up.
He's. I think he's attempting to
He's
roll with the
poking
big
fun
Keith
of
on
the
the
fact
streets.
that he's homeless.
Yeah.
He's poking.
He's going with the bit.
It's the self-deprecation that we've come to expect from Big Keith.
Yes.
But I hear you guys talking about that LSU game like there's hope, man. We ain't got a chance in heck. You know, and I was thinking,
Is that game coming up?
Yeah, if you still think LSU, we got a chance. I mean, we can bump it up to 100. Double it, and I don't care. I'm just trying to give you a little outweigh with 40. That's why I made that offer. There's no way in hell we're going to win anything this year.
So, in your deal where we drop it down to 40, do I have to pay you now, or do I still get to see if they win another game and the bet just dropped to 40?
No, it's one-time offer, man.
Okay, one-time offer. I'm gonna respectfully
by the end of
pass.
today's show.
I'm gonna respectfully pass. I'll tell you that now. Nor am I going to double down. The bet we're just gonna let it ride.
Sounds good to me, but I was trying to be fair with you, bro. I was trying to.
Well,
maybe you needed $10 to go buy yourself a sandwich. You know?
I have a question, Big Keith. I have a question.
Well, if you want to give me $10, I mean, go ahead.
They hang up on me.
Keith, you're obviously a thinking man, and I'm sure you've thought this through. But you guys that are
I don't know what happened, but he said, "Oh no, they hung up on me." And I'm like, "What? No, we didn't." What are you saying?
Is he gone?
Is that him calling back?
Surely he's calling back. I mean, this is his moment of glory.
I got it, Edward. Keith,
this is
that
his
you?
moment of glory.
Yeah, hang up on me.
No,
yes. We hung up on you. We just decided we'd had enough.
Add another quarter.
We'd had enough.
You had to add a quarter.
Yeah, for another 10 minutes.
Where were you going,
Chuck? What do you think is ailing us, Big Keith? You obviously have your finger on the pulse. You've known since mid-September that we were doomed and there was not going to be another win this year. You see things others don't see. So what I'm asking you is what's the solution? What are we going to do? Lead us
For
into
this
the
year?
lightness. Lead us into the light, Big Keith. What's going to happen?
For this year,
No,
there's not a
big
chance.
picture. Big picture, Keith.
Okay. All right. Number one, get rid of that quarterback we got. He sucks as a
He's
SEC
leaving at the
quarterback.
end of this year anyway. He's not going to
Good.
be here at the end of the year. So what do we do moving forward? What's the solution?
Get rid of the coach. We got to go back out there and get like Gus Malzahn. You know, we got to get him as the head coach.
Okay.
And then maybe go for one of these others coaches that are pretty good as an offense and defense coach.
Like who?
That ain't got a job. You know, these people that ain't that's getting fired left and right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they've been so good and get fired that's who we'd want.
Hey, that's just as good as the coaches we are.
Okay.
I
I'm just
you
asking.
You know, you can't do there's two things you can't do. You can't do a single good coaching and have assistants that aren't that good. You got to have like main assistants, you know, to help.
Like
to help
who,
you
though?
go
You've
along.
not thought this through, Big Keith. I was thinking maybe you had.
Ed Aldron. No, I don't know. I'm just pointing it out there. It'd be good to have people who are like offensive, like Pittman. Bring him back as an offensive guy, not a head coach, but as an offensive coach.
Who?
You know what I mean?
Who do you say?
Pittman.
Oh, Pittman.
Bring him back?
Yeah,
As the offensive coordinator?
Yeah, as offense. Yeah, he's good at offense. He ain't good at nothing
Now,
else,
did
but
that
he's
just
good at
pop in
offense.
your head, or have you thought that through? Really?
No. Whatever good one head coach that's really good as a head coach. And then we need two coaches, one for offense and one for defense. That used to be head coaches of teams. You know what I mean? You just think about it. You find a good offensive minded, you know, and then we got to quit going after counting on the what's it called, where they could change schools.
What's it called?
Me now.
Transfer portal?
The portals, yeah. We got to quit going after portal people. We got to get people that is. I don't mind going after portal people, but let's keep them at a sophomore or younger. You know, let's not go for a portal person that's only got 1 year, that's already been to 3 schools collecting the money. You know, I mean, we got people on our team that already been to 3 different schools. Each time they go there, they get the money, the IRL money. You know,
Keith,
it's like,
if Hunter Yurachek were listening right now, and he were taking notes, do you think he would even know what to write down by the way you're laying this out?
well, I got a condition that I can't, you know, say exactly the way it should be said, but you guys get the gist of what I'm saying. You know,
I get the gist of what you're saying.
We need younger players on our team that actually cares about Arkansas. That's going to be here at least 2 years. Okay. We don't need these one and done IRL transfers. You know.
Did he just straight up gaslight us on this?
I don't know.
No, I'm just telling you.
Well, you can't. You've carried on this whole thing, and then we challenge you with a question, and you tell us you have a condition. I mean, it's a little late for that.
Oh no,
Like,
no,
are you
I'm
trying to
saying
make
if
me
I'm not
feel
making
bad.
sense.
Like what?
No, I'm saying if I'm not making sense. I mean,
okay.
I was just trying to point that out. No.
Well, I mean, that
that's what I
covers a
meant.
lot of ground, though.
Well, I have a condition because my condition is all I do is win. You know.
Oh my God.
This is incredible.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Have a
Okay.
good one.
Okay.
All he does is win, man.
Yeah.
He's a winner. He's a winner and a fighter.
Tried to buy my bet back for $10 less.
What just happened?
I don't know, but I got uncomfortable.
You get people
I
talking,
didn't like
and
that.
you get people talking, and you never really
And
know
he's-
what's
he
going to
doesn't
happen.
make sense. And then he's like, "Well, I got a condition." Well, I mean, we're well into this thing, man. Like we've
That
had,
should be. You're saying he should have announced that early on.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
number 82 is an eligible
Yes.
receiver on this play.
Right. It's like he's gonna pull out the ace card late on that and say,
he did, man. His timing was awesome.
Aren't you a jerk?
Yeah.
John's in Hamburg. I don't even know, man. John, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, good morning, guys. I'm going to ask y'all a question or two about the coaching search, but first wanted to send my condolences to Dave's family. Such a great guy, such a great Razorback. Being around him for a few years, he had this level of competence about him, but he was also just incredibly funny in his quiet way, and will be truly missed. I think about Nolan Richardson, Norm DeBryan, all the great Razorbacks. Frank Broyles, Dave is right there.
Yeah, Dave
he's
England.
kind of a staple.
Dave England, one of the greats.
We will miss him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It looks like, the longer this goes on, the more likely that we're going to end up with potentially a head coach from a directional school. Just looking at that, I just want y'all's opinion, outside of Eli Drinkwitz, which even though Missouri is a much better football school, I still consider them more like a directional school because I don't think anybody cares about Missouri football up there. So it's not a high-pressure job. How many guys in the SEC over the last 15 years have come from a North Texas, South Florida, and really performed at a high level? And, since that's the direction it appears we're going, what are y'all's thoughts?
I don't know that it is where Arkansas is going. But, yeah, I don't think that gets anybody excited. And I think that I'll say this, and whomever they hire as the coach from that day, you get in and you go, and it is what it is, whether it's Chad Morris or Eric Morris or whomever else. But if you want to change the narrative about your program, it's kind of hard to do that if you're going out and taking flyers. Anybody's a risk. But some come with a better resume that makes it less of a risk on paper, right? And I just think if Arkansas is trying to say we're going to do something different, which I think that's what they have to do here, then they've got to do something other than try to be the first program in this conference that did it with somebody that is such a flyer and it hasn't really been done before.
Well, there's two schools of thought on that. I tend to agree with what you're saying, but I also look at Indiana and Vanderbilt. And nobody was clamoring for Curt Cignetti. And I think Clark Lee had been there half the season before any of us really knew he was the coach at Vanderbilt.
He was the DC at Notre Dame.
I understand all that. But what I'm saying is when you hire a coordinator, there's still some flyer aspect to it, and particularly at a place like Vanderbilt. So I don't know. I'd like to tell you I know exactly what the answer is, but I don't.
Yeah, well, none of us really do, but I think you want to get people excited. And
absolutely.
That's not the only part.
True.
Like, you got to do more than get excited.
Well, you got to win games.
But at the beginning of it, to be able to get to where you're trying to go financially and all that.
I agree with that.
People are having to.
I agree with that.
All right, we got to hit a break. More of your calls coming up at 7:15. Wednesday morning, the Chuck and Bo Show.
They're all crazy. Yeah. And I don't mean that in a critical way. We got issues in this room. I'm going to be truthful about that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments just call for something unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you don't just buy a diamond. You create an unforgettable experience. Their newly remodeled space is stunning with Cafe B right inside and their in-house diamond expert that'll help you find the perfect piece every time. That's just part of the Blakeman's experience. When you see the purple bag, you know it's something special. It always saves the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
That's special.
I don't know much about new items, really. I mean, I go to the store. I see lots of things that baffle me.
Chuck and Bo Show.
The women won their opener last night under Kelsey Music in her debut.
Good for them.
Yeah, they scored 100 points.
They were down 17-2, and they came back. And most of the time when you're down 17-2, you don't win. I mean, you can, but generally it doesn't happen.
They beat a La Tech team that I think is, pretty decent. We'll see. But they score points. Here's Coach Music after the game.
It's extremely exciting. My family's here. My husband, my kids, and my parents are here. That means a lot. My dad's battling cancer right now. He's got chemo in 2 days, and they made the trip over here to watch my first game coaching the Arkansas Razorbacks. So that means a lot. They haven't missed too much in my life, and for them to be able to be here and to witness that, especially with what my dad's battling with, it means the world to me.
Yeah, it's a real life moment. I said 100, 93 to 81, but they're pushing 100. Like in the exhibition game, they had 100, pushing 100 in this game. We'll see what it's like down the road, obviously. The SEC's built a little different, but, year one, out there putting up points. And a decent crowd, I think there was last night.
There's going to be some bumps in the road, but they won a game, so enjoy the win.
Fun, yeah.
Enjoy the win, and try to get another one next time you play.
Let's go back to the phones. Charlie is in Camden. Charlie, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Hey, Bo, can you now? Let me preface this a little bit. Can you and Chuck engage me like you did with Keith over there?
I don't think that's possible.
I would have to start just rattling stuff off, right?
I don't know what's going on with him.
Okay.
I just enjoyed the conversation with him.
He had no answers. Cool. He had no answers for your questions or mine. I mean, no, real answers.
No, and look, I think he's, in his defense, and I'm just going to say this, he's searching like everyone. He's like, I don't know. He's just throwing stuff at the
We're
wall.
all
and
just
like,
searching,
hoping
man.
it sticks. Yeah, we're just. Hey, Bo, I wanted to ask you, though, because I was thinking about this. When Bielema was hired at the time, I remember this, like, that was considered a really nice hire, right? I mean, you guys would all you guys would all agree with that. I mean,
Well,
that
the rest
was
of the country thought it was a
He
coup.
was 68-24 at Wisconsin.
Exactly.
He'd been to 3 straight Rose Bowls. There was reason to think it would work.
Exactly my point. And it was that I guess you call sexy hire. That's what it was, and it deserved that. But my question is, and I know he's went back up there to Illinois and he's had success. And look, in this business, I was thinking about it. Man, there's a lot of good coaches that get fired. I mean, there really is. It's part of it. I mean, if you go to LSU at this point and you don't go 12-0 every year, it feels like you're on the hot seat. So I just it is. What about Bo? Are you more of a fan of James Franklin or Brian Kelly?
Oh, I would take James
opinion?
Franklin if you were asking me.
I'm with you. I just wondered, Chuck, are you more on the James Franklin train as well?
Chuck's a closet Brian Kelly guy. Always has been.
Yeah. No,
it's a point of contention with him and Bart.
They're both pretty good.
Okay.
They both have won plenty of games.
My thing
I'm
about
not
it.
picking one. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Chuck's got to he's got to work with whomever's hired. Like on a regular basis, like go down there and talk to him before the game. And
hey, somebody said
call
you
the
wanted that other
games.
guy.
Heard you like James Franklin better.
Yeah.
So, but I think Brian. The reason I like James Franklin more, I think he's a better recruiter. I think that he. I don't know. Brian Kelly seems to have a little bit more. I'm still figuring out who I am, kind of a deal. Like. He the bouncing around and things that he did at LSU was a guy that was trying to figure it out. Like from the recruiting videos to the way he talked to
that's not a guy you need at Arkansas.
Yeah.
Like you need somebody who knows exactly what they're doing and who's coming in with a plan.
I do think that Brian Kelly's a way better coach than some people will give him credit for. Jason in Waldron. Jason, good morning.
Josiah.
Can
y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Josiah.
Well, first off, I want to say good morning to you guys. It's good to talk to you and Chuck. I've been listening to Chuck since I was probably like 5 years old, listening to Razorback games.
Now you're 40.
But no, but I want to get on here and ask y'all about a hire that I feel like would be pretty good when it comes to a coordinator as a head coach.
All right. What do you got?
So, have y'all ever heard of Jay Hill down in BYU?
Bart's looking it up right now.
Jay Hill, look him up.
The pause would probably be an indicator that the answer there is no.
No, if you've watched BYU's defense, at least this year, under their head coach, they have been elite.
What is your connection to BYU?
I don't have any connection to BYU.
But like, are you a college football just savant like
Bart?
Like Bart is with
Dude,
everything? I mean, are you watching all these college football games? Can you tell us all the coordinators everywhere?
I'm hardcore college football fan.
And so, of all the coordinators in college football, you like that guy should be a head coach somewhere. And
I've seen the way he's ran his defense all year, and it looked really, really good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think that if they were to take a chance on a coordinator, he's not someone that's really talked about, at least enough. But I feel like in a couple more years, if people saw the way he runs his defense, they would consider him a head coaching candidate.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
We'll check him out.
There's a scoop.
Bart will do the research.
Bart's on it.
Yeah.
What's the story?
Here we go.
What's the story?
Got a name. An Easter egg name.
Jay Hill, he's been the DC at BYU since 2023. Prior to that, he spent 8 years 9 seasons as the head coach at Weber State.
Okay.
FCS program. He's a guy who has spent his entire life and career in the state of Utah. Whether that was playing at Utah as an assistant at Utah, head coach at Weber State, DC now at BYU. Don't doubt his bona fides as a coach. I would say probably not the right fit for Arkansas.
Was John L. Smith the head coach at Weber State?
I was thinking the same thing. Yes, John L. was the head
Arkansas?
coach.
Yes, I believe this man replaced
Did he follow
John L.
Yeah,
I
at
believe,
Weber State?
I believe that is the connection.
Jay Hill. Don't forget
right.
that name. 727. Good morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Truck Month is here at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, and the savings are big. Get up to $12,000 off new Silverados, up to $8,000 off Chevy 2500s, and up to $5,000 off Chevy Colorado. That's real money back in your pocket. Plus more inventory, more discounts, and better service than anywhere else in Northwest Arkansas. Stop by today and see Chris, Mark, and Denver at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
You know what else makes you an Arkansas Razorback fan? Going to the University of Arkansas. How about playing football for the team?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
actually found this thing on my phone that, you go in and it allows you to, like, cancel all your subscriptions to all the stupid things you've subscribed to.
Yeah. Was it liberating?
I improved my monthly budget by leaps and bounds.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you get the YouTube TV thing figured out yet?
No.
I don't know. I just spend time on the ESPN app now.
I just went straight to the app
Yeah,
last night. I wanted to watch Duke in Texas, and so I just went
Yeah, how
straight
was that?
there.
How was it?
Duke pulled away in the second half. Texas gave them a run for their money in the first half, and then Duke started the second half on an 8-0 run and never looked back.
How good does Duke look?
They're good. I mean, they are good. Texas is better. And Miller will do a good job there.
Duke is plenty good. I mean, I would say
Boozer didn't have the best game last night.
No, but I mean they are talented, which is what you expect from Duke, and we'll see, how that. I think they're a team that's going to get better as the season goes along, which is I like Arkansas getting them at Thanksgiving. Early in the season, as opposed to they might get them again in March. You never know, but I like them. I like Arkansas now better than I like Duke now.
I thought Texas made Duke uncomfortable last night at points, particularly in the first half. But Duke still won. I think it would probably be good for the Razorbacks if Michigan State makes them a little uncomfortable at points on Saturday night, but they still find a way to win the game. That's important. It's when we get to March, unfortunately, you get penalized more for a loss early on than you get credited for a win. And so it's important to win these games. And Arkansas is going to have a chance to get a win Saturday night over a program that, when you think about college basketball, you think about Michigan State.
John Calipari live last night at Sassy's. Chuck was there. Here's what he said about Michigan State.
The greatest thing about playing Michigan State, it's November
7th, 8th.
Okay. They practice with football helmets. It is going to be a physical Donnybrook. And we need to see. What are we going to – because last year we played in a league that what? Every game was that. It was like so physical, you didn't even know you were playing basketball. And so what happened by the end of the year, we caught up to all that and said, oh, this is how we play? Well, then we're going to play this way. And so we're going to get it on the 7th, 8th, playing against them, finding out, all right, they're going to do what Memphis did for 40 minutes. Memphis did it for about 15, 16, and then the start of the half for about 4 or 5, and then we kind of, ran. And Michigan State also plays really fast, but it'll be a good game for us.
There you go.
I think he's right. And to me, those are the kinds of games that you need. Not every one of them, but you need a game like that.
Let's go back to the phone. 736. What, Bart?
I was just going to say that they have a good point guard, Jeremy Fears, who kind of orchestrates the offense. That'll be the key for the Razorbacks to stay in front of him, shut him down. They do that, they're going to win the game.
Saturday, 6 o'clock?
Yep, that's right.
Rod on I-40, our driver, the truck driver.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning,
Morning,
Rod.
guys. Got the sun in my eyes. It's looking pretty nice today. A word of warning for Big Keith. There's a very thin line between self-deprecation and self-defecation. You have to be very careful not to cross that line.
Okay.
A couple of letters there. That's all. That's the only difference.
That's it. Now the good news is, the bad news, I know the Michigan practices football helmets, but the good news is our team don't need them. That's some hard-headed guys on that team. I watched them really turn it on, and there really wasn't very many, if any, scoring droughts. So, we've always had that, well, they didn't score a point in the last 5 minutes and 42 seconds. I didn't hear any of that. That's Michigan. So the good news is our basketball team is advertised. The bad news is our football team is as advertised. I'm going to go with Brian Kelly because he's the guy we can get. I don't think James Franklin's going to go anywhere near Arkansas. After that governor, I don't think he's going anywhere near LSU either. So probably Florida, right? What I'm thinking.
No, I don't know about.
I don't think all the openings. I don't think we know all the openings yet. There's the. I think sometimes we take this moment in time and think that's the way it's going to look when it's all said and done. I think there are going to be more jobs open. I'm not convinced Franklin won't end up at a place like Florida State. I just think there's more to come.
Would you take James Franklin right now, Rod?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you bet, in a heartbeat. But I think Brian Kelly might be a little more entertaining. But, hey, I just drive a truck for a living, right?
Well,
everybody wants to be
everybody's doing
entertained.
something, yeah.
Everybody
But
wants
I
to
don't
be
know,
entertained.
like that Brian Kelly is.
It doesn't seem like it would be as good a fit maybe as some other.
Okay. Does anybody want Brian Kelly over James Franklin?
No.
Does anybody? Thank you for the call, Rod. Would anybody like? You'll find somebody, but I don't.
Well,
I think.
sure, but no. If you're asking me, no.
I
A
feel
million
like-
times
Well,
no.
Bart's love for Brian Kelly's been well documented.
It has.
Well, he would be.
You just
like,
need one bottle of wine with Brian Kelly, and you'd love him.
like at LSU, he would be a terrible fit here. Brian Kelly would be a horrendous fit here. It would not work.
James Franklin appears to be a fit here, at least in one way, because of what he did at Vanderbilt.
Right.
What he was able to accomplish there, and that was before Vanderbilt had a pulse. Like he did that well before they had any sort of pulse, and
Robbie
now
Caldwell was the guy.
and so honestly, if you're looking at it from that standpoint, we are that right now.
You need somebody who's going to inject some life into the football program and get fans and money excited about the direction of Razorback football. That's the bottom line.
You know what's better than money,
and
Chuck?
he could do that, I think.
Excited money. Excited money is better than money.
Well, you're right. I mean,
that's what we need. Excited money. Bart has coined that phrase. James Franklin brings in excited money.
Wins bring in excited money, and that's what's got to happen. We've dealt in a lot of fool's gold around here, and you got to win ball games. Period. End of story. That's what generates the money, because every time you win the press conference and lose the games, you fall a little bit further, and it makes it a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And
But we can't think about that right now.
I understand that. I'm just saying I want to win some games.
Well, let's do that now. I mean, I was
going to say you got $50 or I had done it.
Yeah.
Big
Or do we think they're going to win a
Big
game?
Keith's already counting his money.
How
Let's
about
be
that?
honest.
Let's just switch to that. Do we think they're going to win a game? Are they going to win a game down the stretch here? Can Arkansas win a game down the stretch?
No.
Oh, Bart. Come on, man. Really? Really? Yes, they can.
I mean, sure, they can. Yes,
Yes, they can.
Of course they can.
They got a point differential of like 19 points in 4 games.
Man, it's hard. It's hard to see if you didn't get the Mississippi State or Auburn game. It's
Look,
hard to see.
Look, things
for
happen.
me.
Things happen.
I mean, yeah, LSU has some
The
stuff
officials-
going on,
the
but
officials
but
robbed us.
LSU's a much more
The
talented
officials
team.
robbed us of
Texas
the-
is a much more talented team.
What
You're
about,
going down there, and we haven't beaten Missouri in a lifetime. So, I mean,
that would be so Arkansas to win that game. That would be so Arkansas. Wait, do we have a game time yet on that?
It's a night game.
Is it in the night window?
It's going to be cold. It's going to be cold. That's going to be,
Do we
that's
have
going to
a
be
Texas,
cold.
or are we still?
We don't have a Texas time yet. It's in the window. That's
let
in the big
me
window.
let me give you the windows.
Yeah,
Flex.
please do. Chevy of
Texas is in the
Fayetteville.
flex.
Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Here's Bart. Good morning, Bart.
Good morning, guys. We know LSU 11:45 in Baton Rouge. Texas anywhere from 2:30 to 7 p.m.
Flex.
The
So
Missouri
it's gonna be
game will
afternoon or
be
night.
in the evening, sometime between the hours of 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock.
The
Missouri game.
Okay, so that's a night game.
It is a night game, yes.
All right. Listen, let me call it right now. Arkansas beats Missouri. I mean, people do this. They just say things. I could do it. Why not? I think they're going to win. I'm going to hold fast on my
It's not over till it's over.
With Broke Keith.
I will. The one thing that is over is the fact that we all took the over on Arkansas's win total this year. That is over.
Yeah, Bart's
It was-
got
it was
all the
5.5.
Let's do
Bart's
that.
got all the receipts.
We'll
over
do
here.
that when we come back. Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Chuck, I know you've got a Silverado. You're still proud of it.
I am proud of it, and it's clean. It runs well. I've done a nice job keeping it up, if I do say so myself, over the last 3 months.
Well, you're motivated.
I am motivated. It's a nice ride, and I'm proud of it. And saved money on it. That was a big deal, too. They look great. They drive fantastic. I mean, the drive's fantastic. And they gave me a great deal. But I also know that, as I've known for 25 years, that if anything goes wrong, they're going to be right there. And when it comes time to trade, that they're going to be right there again, too. And It's been that way for a long time, not just for me, but for lots of people. And that's how you stay in business as long as they have.
The lot is stocked, a lot of
It
options.
is.
Suburbans, Tahoes, Traverses, it's all there. Chevy of Fayetteville. Stop by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Ask for Mark or Denver or Chris Bunch, our friend. You can just go in there and take a browse. You don't even have to get out of your car. You can just drive around and see what they've got. But if you're thinking about a new vehicle, Chevy of Fayetteville, together, let's drive. 7:43. Good morning. You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
Because
that's
we don't
all I
want
wanted to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Football season's here, and Flight by Yuengling is the light beer built for game days. Tastes like a Yuengling, but it's a light beer, and only 95 calories. Flight raises the bar for what a light beer should be, and now it comes in a 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle and skinny cans. Perfect for tailgates, watch parties, or just kicking back after the game. Pick it up at your favorite store or ask your bartender. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Coach Cal and the Razorbacks had a strong showing in their preseason exhibition victories over Cincinnati and Memphis. The regular season starts on Monday, November 3rd inside Bud Walton Arena as they take on the Southern Jaguars at 6 p.m. A limited number of tickets are available and currently on sale at just $35. Head to ArkansasRazorbacks.com to secure your seats today.
When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
By the way, good morning. We just kind of jumped in, and we're
Hey,
coffee deep. And hey, everybody,
Morning, Bart.
welcome in.
Edward.
I smell the bacon cooking. It's going to be a good day.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's one-play battles for giant chunks of land.
We were slightly off on the John L. Weaver
We need to
State
make a
thing.
correction.
Yeah, Bart, what was the correction?
Just
this
a
all spawned out of the defensive coordinator at BYU that Josiah called in. Keep an eye on, and I already forgot his name. Something Hill.
Jay Hill.
Jay Hill. Keep an eye on Jay Hill. Bart did the research. He was a longtime head coach at Weber State, where John L. Smith went for a hot minute.
A cup of coffee.
Yeah, didn't even coach a game there. So he left Arkansas in his role as special teams coordinator to take the Weber State head coaching job in 2012 before getting recalled by Arkansas to coach the Razorbacks.
The heck of a recall.
So he actually didn't coach a single game at Weber State. John L.
They hired somebody else who went.
They hired a guy instead named Jody Sears who went 4-19. Jay Hill
Never to be
went
heard from
58-36. Their
Wow.
current head coach is a guy named Mickey Mintle.
Okay.
Mickey Mintle.
And
like
then
Mickey
and
Mantle's
John L.
evil
after
twin
Arkansas, because we all care so much, went to Fort Lewis College
in Colorado. Mm-hmm. Before he went to Kentucky
That poor
State
guy,
to
man.
finish out
He's
his
such
career.
a nice guy. That poor fella.
I
came
would like
in
to
here
know what's going on with
and
John
just-
L.
Yeah,
today.
we need to find that out.
We need
We'll get it.
Where are they now?
We got a call, but we want to get to before the season. We did over under totals here in the studio on the composite SEC schedule.
How wrong were we?
How wrong
That's
were
right.
we? Can I take the call first, or do you want to do this
No,
first?
go ahead.
Just Brian and Greenwood. I just feel like he's got something great. Brian,
Good morning, Brian.
morning.
Good morning. I understand that the university is very hard up for cash at the moment, but on that last commercial break, they cannot be selling tickets on Wednesday for $35 for a basketball game that happened on Monday.
Yeah, that's not their fault. That's our fault.
I just thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, we missed the kill date on that.
But that's all I got, guys.
I was wrong.
hilarious.
I thought you had. I was wrong in taking the call.
Yeah.
I totally. My predictions are not happening. They're not hitting.
Oh, he's going to be great. He'll be
Yeah.
a great caller.
Yeah, this will be
He'll
great.
be a great
Yeah.
caller. Take his call.
Wasn't good. All right, Bart. How did we do?
So we have some that have already been decided, some totals that have been
We
decided,
lost.
some
We
that
lost.
have not. We were all wrong on Arkansas. We all took the over. The total was 5.5. Best the Hogs could do is get to 5. We were all right on Auburn. We all took the under. It was 7.5. They cannot get to 8 wins. We were all right on Florida. Also 7.5. We all took the under. They cannot get to 8 wins. When it comes to Mississippi State, Chuck, the only correct person, he took the over 3.5.
Well,
We
you
all-
knew
we
it was
took the
inevitable
under.
at some point.
Nice, Chuck.
South Carolina, we were all wrong. We all took the over 7.5. And then Vanderbilt, 4.5. Edward, Bo, and myself took the over. Chuck took the under on that one. So we're pretty much.
I don't remember
we're
that.
pretty much level. Everybody's level. at
You
this point.
doctored the results.
There are some interesting ones still out there. Alabama 9.5. 3 of us took the over. Edward took the under. We all took the over on Georgia at 9.5. We all took the under on Kentucky at 4.5. LSU, Chuck, Bo, myself, we took the over 8.5. Edward took the under. He's
a seer.
He's in pretty good shape. I'm the only person who took over 8.5 on Ole Miss. We all took the over on Missouri, 7.5. We all took the under on Oklahoma at 7.5, which
Where are they?
I think that one's still
Where are
interesting.
they? What's their record?
Where are they? 6-2?
I don't know. 6-2?
No, I think 6-2.
They're 7-2, so they just need to win one more game. Can they do it? Tennessee, we all took over 8.5.
They got Alabama, Missouri, LSU left.
Tennessee's
boy,
got
that's tough now.
Tennessee's got to win their
They'll get
last
one
3 to cash the over there. Texas A&M, Chuck, Bo, and Edward took the under 8.5. I took the over.
Yeah.
Bart
and then
was
we all
right.
took the over on Texas at 9.5. and they're sitting at 7-2.
I was going to say,
so
jury's still out.
They
on
need to
Texas
win their
winning.
final 3 games as well.
I don't think they're going to.
So what you're saying is, yet again, the exercise of predictions is futile.
It's an inexact science. Very much so.
Like it's just hard.
But it's fun.
But it's always just kind of right around.
Most
500.
people don't keep score. Most people don't keep receipts.
Yeah.
That's different with you guys.
But if you think about the prediction business, gambling, it's just you're going to hit, like if you're fortunate, you're going to hit right around 50%.
Yeah.
I mean, we have
over
Bart.
the course of
we
time.
We have Bart. So we play 750 ball around here.
We do, but then he has an 0-3 weekend, and that window gets more like 500.
Is it an aberration or a trend? We're about to find out this week.
Are you feeling good about locks? I know you've been looking at them all week.
There are some interesting things out there. We'll see what happens.
Do you feel pressure because you were so bad last week?
Yeah, there's always pressure.
All right.
You don't want to disappoint the people.
I would feel bad if you didn't.
You don't want to
I would feel
disappoint
bad if you didn't feel pressure.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yingling, no pressure. But, I mean, if you're looking for something that tastes great like a Yingling, but it's only 95 calories, brewed from America's oldest brewery, perfect for any occasion, grab it at your favorite store. Ask for it when you go to your favorite restaurant. Take your beer game to new heights. Take flight. It's the next generation of light beer, Flight by Yingling. When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
This fall, don't just pay for a heating tune-up. Make it part of a Paschal membership and get year-round benefits for your home. For as low as $8.99 a month, your annual tune-up is included. Plus, members get exclusive discounts on air, plumbing, and electric services. Don't wait until there's a problem. Protect your home, budget, and peace of mind with Paschal. Visit gopaschal.com to learn more and join today. And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life, too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Need help growing your brand with strategy and creativity? At Vanquish Marketing, the mission is simple. Help businesses grow with clarity, kindness, and excellence. They don't just run ads or manage campaigns. They come alongside brands as a true partner. By creating data-driven marketing funnels and building strategies that scale, they equip their clients for long-term success. Guided by their core values, they know growth is about more than transactions. It's about people. Visit vanquish.marketing to jumpstart your brand today. Chris in Fayetteville, you're on the news, weather, information station.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, we're full service, baby.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and
We
Bo.
got past the plate at church. That's how they used to cheat in the South. I mean, for real.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No, it
We've
is.
read the stories.
Yeah.
But
You
what
could
a lovely-
accept a love offering back in the day. You couldn't accept a direct payment, but you could accept a love offering.
That's right.
It's true now. I don't think there have not been players that have been paid under the table over the years because they go give their testimony.
Oh, yeah.
It's the truth.
No, it's the traveling
And
evangelist.
people are like, well, that's
Baby Billy,
blasphemous. No, it's not, man. It
The
happens.
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo
There we
show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Well, we started off in the 50s today, Chuck, and now we're getting up into the 60s, and it'll be the 70s, low to mid 70s today. We had any weather issues, Bart? Does this mean that we just clear skies today? It looks nice right now.
I'm told that it's going to be nice the rest of this week, but it's going to be cold. I mean, like wintertime.
Is
cold.
that an inside
Next week.
source or your weather app?
No, it's my weather app.
Yeah. And you're trusted. Hold on.
Hang on. Turn your mic up.
There's going to be a hard freeze early next week.
Hard freeze.
Hard freeze. See,
What does
but-
a hard freeze mean?
When the temperature drops below 32 degrees for a significant amount of time,
Okay.
or
Okay.
far
Okay.
enough below.
Is there any relation to Hugh?
Wow.
Oh, that was a good one from way downtown.
That was
Edwards. Bang.
All right.
Practicing my dad.
Time to go to
Bang.
Brandon Marcello.
Yeah.
CBS
I didn't
Sports. What a
love
lead
that.
in. What a lead in. CBS Sports, 247 Sports. Brandon, great friend of the show and a college football reporter this time of year. But we'll get into basketball later. Brandon, good morning.
Morning. What's up, guys?
Hey, Brandon.
You tell us, man, who's going to be the next
Yeah.
Arkansas coach? I
What's
know
happening out
Nobody
there?
asks you that, do they?
A lot of schools want to know who their next coach is going to be, and
Yeah.
I think it's very difficult for maybe even a lot of people to realize that it's so early in the process. You're probably going to really start hearing some like hard details on those type of things until probably the last week of November, and then of course that first week of December when things really start rolling. But I mean, I could tell you a few names I've been hearing more frequently.
Please do.
With the job.
Please
Sure.
do.
Yeah.
Alex Golish at South Florida has come up quite a bit in industry circles from speaking to people. James Franklin, who right now is speaking to several people out there related to other jobs. I think he's kind of getting a better feel of what his position will be and what jobs he might end up being the top choice. Also have to consider Eric Morris out there, who's doing a great job at North Texas. He's also receiving quite a bit of attention from Oklahoma State at this time. And then another name that I've heard a little bit more of, and I was actually kind of surprised about, was John Summerall at Tulane. Now, I believe that he's going to end up potentially being the number one guy in the Auburn search, and might even come up a little bit in the searches at LSU and Florida, depending on how those go. But I think he's a name that would probably be coming off the board sooner than, say, LSU and Florida at this point will be trying to fill their jobs and maybe even waiting until January to do so, depending on if they think they can get a Lane Kiffin or someone who's currently, or I should say at that point, currently playing in the college football playoff. But I believe in the end that Auburn, if they don't get in their own way, they should go hire John Summerall. But anyway, so that's where Arkansas stands right now. Those are the names I've been hearing a little bit more with more frequency, but probably nothing too out of the ordinary from what other people have probably been reporting or hearing, but that's just kind of where it stands right now.
You said something a little bit earlier that I'm in full agreement with. It's still so early in the game, despite the fact that we're all talking about it every day. Do you sense this is going to be a mad dash right at the end? Clemson's got to make a call. Florida State's got to make a call. There are more schools out there that are going to fire their coaches, let's be honest. I just wonder if we're not going to see just a 7-day mad dash right at the end of the year, and schools are just naming coaches left and right.
Oh, yeah, you're exactly right, Chuck. That's what I feel. That's what a lot of the agents feel right now. I mean, they're doing a lot of their homework right now, even with coaches who aren't even involved right now, trying to figure things out, trying to play out a lot of hypotheticals, and of course make connections at some of these schools where they've already got some connections. But no, you're exactly right. I will say, at Clemson, I know Dabo, they're not doing well. They're 3-5, and he said what he said after their game this past week against Duke, where he said, "Hey, they could fire me tomorrow," and his athletics director was staying there in the background when he said that. I'm told by sources there on the ground that he's completely safe, that they will not keep getting rid of him at all this year. But there will be staff changes there. They'll be making some staff changes. But that's an interesting thing with Dabo. If there was a big enough job out there or something like that, I wonder if they would try and say, "Hey, Dabo, why don't you come to us, start anew, see if you can win us a championship here." Because his buyout at Clemson, if he were to choose to leave, would only be between $3 to $4 million, is what I'm told. But I haven't heard anything like that. I don't believe he wants to leave Clemson. I just know that Dabo's got kind of as great as a coach as he is, he's got very thin skin. So this isn't the first time he said, "Hey, they could fire me," and all that type of stuff.
Yeah,
but,
he seems to be losing his cool, like, across the board. And these, like, this just feels like he could use a restart somewhere. It's. I was thinking about this yesterday, where a coach has so much success and you do so much, and everything's working for you, and all of a sudden it's not, and it's got to be just incredibly frustrating to try and figure out how to fix it. And right now, it just feels like he can't. And every time I see him in a press conference, Brandon, it's like that's just on display.
Yeah, and I've only talked to him like 4 or 5 times, and I went down there this past spring and sat down with him in his office, and he's just like a lot of these coaches. I always thought that him and Mike Gundy were very much alike in a lot of ways, not just philosophically, but just the way they handle things, even in the public eye. They're kind of stubborn. They're a little bit defiant at times. Sweeney, though, seemingly has been a little bit more thin-skinned, I believe. And I just think that, what was interesting yesterday, though, was saying he thinks he's gone away from his gut and going with his gut, which I don't necessarily believe, because he has been going with his gut. He's been going with, ignoring the transfer portal and not making a lot of staff changes over the years. But I just kind of think that, his best years are behind him. This year was set up for them to win, and now it's their worst year since 1998 or whatever it is.
Hey, Brandon, bringing it back to Arkansas, I want to get your thoughts on this. You look at the rebuild that's in store at Arkansas, and I look at a place like Indiana. I look at a place like Texas Tech. 2 very different approaches to a rebuild. One threw $10 million at their football program. The other brought in a roster from a school that lots of people didn't even know had a football program. And Indiana wins and Texas Tech wins, but they've done it in different ways. Is it as simple as saying a school like Arkansas has got to pick away, or is there more to it? Than that?
Yeah, I think there's a level be an immediate winner in college football these days. Like you said, with Indiana, they brought in Curt Cignetti. He brought with him about 10 to 11 players from James Madison, where he previously coached, where they were a championship program. And, the thing with Curt Cignetti is he's just an incredible identifier of talent and overlooked talent, and also just talent that it's almost like a Moneyball approach, not to try to simplify it, but he just goes and looks for production, and he goes, I got to fill this amount of production at this spot and this spot and this spot, and then the grand total, the aggregate at the end, ends up being what we want with our offense or our defense. And now what you're seeing with Indiana is that they've been able to go in the transfer portal and not just get group of 5 players who produce, but now they've got
money.
Guys.
Yeah, now they got money. They didn't have it at the beginning, but they do now.
Yeah, exactly right. And Tech's just rolling in dough and has really helped them get that type of talent. If you're in Arkansas right now, listen, you're not going to be able, unless something happens, you're not going to be able to have that type of money at Texas Tech. And heck, I don't even know, listen, Indiana's got more money right now, and I don't even know if Arkansas can get up to the level of what they're doing right now, but maybe they can. But the problem is for Arkansas is that, I hate to say this, I'm an Arkansas guy, but look at their past two hires, right? They hired an offensive line coach from Georgia as their head coach. The previous hire before that was Chad Morris, who, let's face it, they hired him because he was a Gus Malzahn clone that they thought at the time after Gus Malzahn turned them down. And it didn't work out. None of those have worked out in the long run, though. Sam Pittman did a very good job at the beginning. But if those were your last two hires, what makes you think at this point you're going to be able to go get a James Franklin or someone like that? But there are really good options out there that are not going to be considered number one at the other big jobs right now, where if you're Arkansas and if you're doing your footwork, your legwork right now, you can get in and go swoop in and get them near the end of November, early December, and they're going to be great hires. And those guys that I've mentioned, Alex Golesh, Eric Morris, maybe even John Summerall, but I think, Summerall's probably going to be up with Auburn. But those two guys, Golesh and Morris, they bring an approach where they're an incredible identifier of talent like Kurt Cignetti. Eric Morris especially, because you guys know he identified Cam Ward. He identified John Mateer. And now he's got a quarterback at North Texas who wasn't even playing high school football that's breaking school records there. And then you got Alex Golesh, who's an incredible recruiter and obviously has some ties to the state through his wife. Those two guys are the type of coaches you need to come into Arkansas to give you an immediate influx of talent, maybe potentially from their current schools, but also they're going to be hungry, they're younger, and they're going to bring in guys that come in that I think are going to be able to produce immediately. And then you could build from there, much like in Indiana has, where the very next year, if you're very successful, you can attract a better lane of talent. I think Arkansas is putting together a plan to be competitive financially with their resources. They just need to make sure you go zero in on one or two guys, make it very clear that they're the guys, and that we want you here when your season ends. I think that's been the clearest approach, clear-headed approach I've seen from some of these schools is we're going to try and put together a plan here in the next couple of weeks. We know who our top guy is going to be, and we're going to do everything in our power to go get them immediately and quickly. And not to be too long-winded, but Virginia Tech guys, they've been trying to get someone to come on campus there and be their head coach as early as the first of this month in November. And they haven't been able to do so because they've been so aggressive in trying to get someone to come there.
Yeah. It's fascinating.
It's very fascinating, the approaches out there, but Arkansas can go out and go get one of those two great coaches I just mentioned. And that's kind of exactly what Arkansas needs, an identifier of talent. Someone's going to bring in some really good guys immediately from their team, potentially, and then build from there. You just got to make sure you have the right approach with some of these guys.
What's crazy to me is the number of jobs that are open so early in the season, which drives conversation, but not much can really happen for another 3 weeks or a month. Brandon, we're out of time, but can you go rapid fire because I got a few things I want to ask you. So, shortest answer possible. Sure. Mike Norvell, is he the coach at Florida State next year?
Yes.
Gus Malzahn, does he get in the mix for a head coaching job anywhere?
No.
Any way you see Bobby Petrino as the head coach at Arkansas next year?
Unless Arkansas just whiffs on 4 candidates.
So it's possible, but not likely, is what you're saying?
No, I give it 4%.
Okay. All right, good stuff. Thank you for hopping on with us, as always. Brandon Marcello, CBS Sports, 24/7 Sports. We'll do it again soon. Keep burning that cell phone up, buddy.
All right, see you guys.
Thank you, Brandon.
I mean, it's this right now for guys like him.
Oh,
it's just constantly on the phone.
Yeah.
It's 8:16. Hey, we're always talking about teamwork, roofing, and construction. They know who their people are. They've got their experts in place, certified crews for any job, flat roofs, metal roofs. your traditional shingle roofs, and they only use the best materials to make sure it's going to be a job that's sustainable. It lasts you like a roof should. If you're getting a quote today, make Teamwork Roofing and Construction one of those calls. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. You can see what they do there, a video about who they are. Contact them. Get the quote. Teamworkbuilt.com. It's Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by teamwork. Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
The voice of the Razorbacks is Chuck Barrett, and he chose McDonald Eye Associates for his recent cataract surgery.
I went to McDonald Eye. I can see in a way I've not seen in a long time. And I'm looking forward to this football season because of that. Your eyes are a big deal. I don't care if you're a sports play-by-play guy or what you do. You have to have trust. My trust was developed because I knew they were listening to me.
For your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at McDonaldEye.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Today's been it's been a strange day.
Yeah, we've had some struggles here. Let's just be blunt. Can we be blunt?
Well, it's 50-50 at best.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
been brain dead for 2 days. Like, some people would argue much longer.
Well,
but I mean,
it's been
own
noticeable.
personal standards.
It's been noticeable, really, the last couple of days.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, Brandon's great to have on.
He is great. And I think he had his finger on the pulse right there pretty closely.
Great to have a national perspective from a local guy. And when you learn more about these candidates, we talk about this often, and we'll do more of this maybe as we move forward. Maybe vet some candidates for people that are being talked about. We don't know for sure that they're candidates, but we'll find out more about that, and then we'll vet people that are being talked about. And because when you get to know more about a candidate, then they become more of a resume and a name, or more of a story than they are just a name.
Right. And
right now we throw names out, and it's just a name, and whatever we all are aware of that's associated with that name is all you got. So let's learn more about him.
Take Eric Morris at North Texas. There's 3 words in his resume that raise red flags with Razorback fans. Morris, North, and Texas. Those are the 3 words right there. Those raise red flags with Razorback fans. And I know that.
Yeah, it's like stay out of the water.
Yeah, that's
those
exactly
red
right.
flags.
Yes.
Don't go into the water.
But here's my thought, big picture. We, in the past, have always focused on the program abilities, the program building abilities of a coach because, give him 2 or 3 years. Now, you might get 1 year, but you better be prepared to win in that second year or people are going to talk about firing you. And you don't have the luxury of not hitting the ground running. I think it's about the quarterback. I think when you look at the programs out there that have really utilized the portal well, a lot of the times it's because they've gone and gotten a quarterback that can come in and start right away. If you keep Petrino, I think there's a pretty good chance you keep KJ Jackson. If you don't keep Petrino, I hope you can, but you can't plan on that. So in other words, whoever you hire has got to bring a starting quarterback with him. That's my personal criteria. If you are not going to keep Petrino, whoever you bring in has to have a starting quarterback in tow. This kid down in North Texas is a freshman. He's 6'4". He's thrown 21 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions this year. I don't know if he's the answer or not. If you're going to ask me if you've broken down tape on him, no, I wouldn't know how to break it down anyway. Other than he's thrown 21 touchdown passes and 4 picks.
Call Quinn over.
And that sounds pretty good to me.
Together.
Yeah. But my point is that when you start looking at schools and jobs and who they're going to hire, they may not know exactly who they're going after, or they may not know exactly who the guy's going to be. But there are things, there are trends, there are things that you have to pay attention to. And I think in Arkansas's case, it's a senior quarterback. It's a guy who's leaving. You've got to replace him. Look at our league. If you don't have a great quarterback, you don't have a prayer. Even with a great quarterback, you may not have a prayer. So in my mind, whoever the coach is, if it's Petrino, you got to keep KJ Jackson. If it's not Petrino, he's got to have a starter in his back pocket or he can't even be considered.
And
that's my opinion.
Beyond that, hopefully 15 or 20 other guys.
Well, probably so, yeah. But it starts with a quarterback. It's the most important position on the field, and he's the one that becomes your recruiter. Ryan Mallett was as great a recruiter as Bobby Petrino was. A great quarterback's the best recruiting tool you have on campus. I believe that. And so I just think that's important to think about.
877-377-6963. That's the number to text or call. Is Arkansas going to win another game this year? These pesky games
back to the here and now.
Keep getting in the way.
It's back to the here and now.
What the longer conversation is, and it is a long conversation because it feels like forever until you're going to know who the next coach is going to be. But it's all anybody wants to know. And it's not just here. This is an unprecedented year in college football where we have all these jobs opening. And we all love coaching searches because there's just a lot to follow with it. But when it goes this long and there's this many, it's on another level. And you're right. It can totally – we can have all these conversations. And in 2 or 3 days' time, as we get A, when the playoff starts, and then B, when the playoff ends, or, we're towards the end, maybe down to a couple of final teams getting eliminated. I mean, it's almost like the places coaches go or decide to stay will overshadow what's actually happening in the playoff games as news begins to break during that cycle.
Well, to me, the big story in terms of the coaching carousel is does Florida, does LSU wait on Lane Kiffin, and would Lane Kiffin even consider another job with his team in the playoff? Because if you're going to hire a playoff coach, it's going to be, if it gets to the end, it's going to be the middle of January. So that to me is an interesting question.
The calendar doesn't line up.
No.
It doesn't line up for the timing of hiring coaches.
That's exactly
but
right.
If you're one of these Florida, Auburn, LSU programs, Penn State, you got to get the right guy, and you got to wait if that's what it takes. But I know a coach last year who had 4 offers to schools, and he was in the playoff mix. And he went to a school that would wait for him if he was going to be in the playoff. And other schools were like, no, we can't wait on you. And that's a determining factor too.
I think so. Yeah, I think all that comes into play.
Like, does Florida, for example, hire somebody because they want to get ahead of it and not wait for Lane Kiffin in the playoff? If that's what it comes down to.
If Florida can hire Lane Kiffin, they need to wait.
By the way, we don't need to get into this right now, but at some point, I think we ought to start looking at the games that are going to determine the playoff in the remaining 3 weeks. Like, what are the games that you circle and say, this game's going to have a direct impact on who makes the playoff over the remaining 3 games of the season, which will be what to watch. We do that here, and we'll do it right now. What to watch is brought to you by Macadoodles. Macadoodles just north of the state line, Bella Vista just north of that, and Guess Who in Bentonville, West Siloam Springs, Macadoodles. You get the same customer service at all of those locations. Great selection. They'll have allocated things out that you'll be surprised by. A shopping experience there is unlike any other, and they've got all kind of recipes for you. If you're looking for like we talked about Halloween, some people wanted a special drink for Halloween, or you've got a watch party coming up, Macadoodles will help you with all of that. And today, it's Wednesday. That's Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, north of the state line. West Siloam Springs, Macadoodles, and Guess Who in Bentonville. What are we watching, Bart?
Well, first of all, ESPN's still not back on YouTube TV. So if you want to watch stuff, you don't have traditional cable or anything, maybe look at a Sling TV Day Pass or something if you want to watch some sports tonight.
Sling TV Day Pass.
Yeah. Yeah, they're capitalizing on the situation.
Is that like the Admirals Club for a day?
Yeah, sure. The Minnesota Timberwolves head to the Garden to take on Chuck's beloved New York Knickerbockers, 6:30 p.m. tonight. And then Edwards Spurs go to L.A. to take on the Los Angeles Lakers at 9 o'clock tonight. A couple of good pro basketball games. If you don't want to deal with any of that, you want to watch some college basketball, well, South Dakota's taking on 23rd ranked Creighton on 8. That's 7 o'clock.
Hey, we'll see what Creighton's got this year.
Creighton's always good.
Well, 8:30, it's the Chuck and Bo Show Wednesday morning. Good morning. See, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Truck Month is here at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, and the savings are big. Get up to $12,000 off new Silverados, up to $8,000 off Chevy 2500s, and up to $5,000 off Chevy Colorado. That's real money back in your pocket. Plus more inventory, more discounts, and better service than anywhere else in Northwest Arkansas. Stop by today and see Chris, Mark, and Denver at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Together, let's drive.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
particularly in the South, I'm not sure there's a title that carries more weight than coach. Maybe preacher.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
all in this room have opinions. Facts are secondary to a good argument.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Everybody wants to fire their coach. Who are you going to hire? There's all these jobs out there right now. Who's everybody going to hire? I don't know. We'll find out. Somebody's got to be the head coach. Well, let's find out who they're going to hire now.
Steve Sarkisian.
Sark.
Yeah.
Who are they going to hire?
Yeah, I mean,
everybody's firing everybody.
That is so true.
It is the truth.
All of it. I mean, in every case, whether it's Penn State, Florida, Auburn, LSU, and that doesn't mean the coach being fired isn't the right move. But, man, we rarely make that opinion known without any clue on who the next coach could be.
And what's the first thing if you run a business somebody's going to tell you when you start? Now, if you fire somebody, you better make sure you got a replacement. You know?
Yeah.
Don't fire him unless you know who's going to replace him. But in college sports, and hey, I'm as guilty as anyone. It's like, well, just get rid of that guy.
Well, in sports in general.
It can't be any worse.
Yeah, it's always like, just move on. To who? You got to have somebody. And then what has ended up happening in Arkansas more often than not is the somebody didn't really make it that much better. And again, we've brought this up several times. Go back and look at the people that fired coaches 5 years ago. Where are they today? I mean, Auburn's another example.
Well, one of the byproducts, too, of hiring John Calipari in basketball is that if you make a hire of an unknown in football, that's magnified even more. And that doesn't mean you shouldn't hire John Calipari. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that him being here, being a Hall of Fame basketball coach, the unlikelihood of him becoming the basketball coach here, you know, you put that up against a football coach that nobody's ever heard of before. It magnifies that.
Interestingly
even more.
enough, too, obviously Muss didn't get fired, and the way this job came open was a different way. But all of these jobs, actually, Auburn, Florida, LSU, Virginia Tech, Arkansas, they all fired coaches not long ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just repeating. We're trying again. Sterling's in Center Ridge. Sterling, good morning.
Hey, Bo and Chuck and
Sterling,
Bart and Edward. I'm going to go a little bit off the coaches and go to the playoffs, and I think it's got to be the first time in college football history where, if it happens, you have a number 1 and number 2 game in December that truly doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. There's some truth to that.
And for me, what do you and potentially a 3 and 4 game that doesn't mean anything? I mean, how are you going to really punish? What you going to do? You just rearrange? You going to flip them when you do the seeding in the college football playoff, especially if you got good games? We're just going to switch the winner from 3 to 4 or 4 to 3. And 1 to 2. I mean, the 4 teams going to stay the 4 teams if they're playing each other, are they not?
Yeah, I don't.
How you going to punish them for making a championship game? How you going to punish them in the seeding when they make the championship game?
Are you saying they should reseed them?
No, I'm saying how the committee, if this happens, you got number 1 Ohio State playing number 2 Indiana, number 3 A&M against number 4 Alabama. If they're good competitive games, those are your 4 still, right?
I would think so.
I mean, they said they're not going to penalty people for the championship.
I would think so.
So why are we playing?
Well, there's a lot of money in championship games, and the answer to that question is the same as answers to other questions. Is they haven't figured it all out yet.
Yeah, that's yeah. You know, you raise a legitimate question. You raise a legitimate question, and I do think, as simple as it sounds, we are still very early in the college football playoff process. Historically speaking, I mean, it's still in its infancy. So that may be something that's addressed. I do wonder about the future of conference championship games, particularly with conferences like the SEC and the Big Ten going to 9, and, you know, who knows, eventually they may go to 10. I do question whether or not we'll see those down the road. But for now, those are the games we've got, and I'll bet they're still good games.
Yeah, I think they'll be a good game. I was just wondering, what sense? It seems kind of pointless. Besides the money, and I can't see the conferences giving up the money unless you compensate the money. You know what I mean? Unless they some way they can make that money, because like you said, that's big money for both.
Well, you know, basketball conference tournaments have managed to survive, and you know, we get into those in March, and you know, of the 14 or 16 teams that are there, about 3 of them have something to play for. So I mean, we just have to maneuver through that.
Last year, the ACC championship game.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Last year, the ACC championship game had a lot at stake. But, yeah, you're going to get in situations where it's meaningless. By the way, I think the most interesting thing about the playoff rankings last night is the projected bracket, not necessarily where all the teams are ranked. And the projected bracket would have number 1 Ohio State, number 2 Indiana, 3 Texas A&M, 4 Alabama with byes. Yeah. Okay, so if I start at the top of the bracket, number 12 Memphis, they'd be the 12th seed. And they're not even ranked, are they? Are they even ranked in the?
No,
but they would be the highest group of 6, and so they would play Georgia, and the winner of that game would play Alabama. Yeah. And then number 9 Oregon would play number 8 Texas Tech, and the winner of that game would play Ohio State. And then 11 Virginia would play 6 Ole Miss, and then they would play Texas A&M. And then Notre Dame 10, BYU 7, the winner of that game would play Indiana. That's how, like, if we had the playoff today, that's how the games would be played.
Yeah. Some of those numbers will be adjusted just by virtue of the fact that you're going to have some of these teams playing each other.
I think what's going to be interesting, Bart, this might be a fun exercise for us, is like to screenshot this bracket, so that's week 11, then go week 12, and let's see how much the bracket actually changes based on the rankings each week. Or does it stay fairly similar? And I think we're going to see quite a bit of movement.
I think one of the issues with the whole system in general is the fact that you have a Memphis team who I think is pretty good. I think they're one of the 25 best teams in the country. That's fine.
Sometimes he goes, "That's right," and then the other times, "That's fine."
They're the 12 seed in this bracket. But there's no ranking. Like, are they just picking Memphis out of thin air?
Yeah, I don't know how they get to them being the highest ranked.
Like, there's no accountability. There's no transparency with that. So it's like, well, why are you picking them as opposed to this other group of 5 team or whatever? You know, like it just.
Speaking of rankings, what you're talking about, it got me thinking about this part. You know, when the polls come out, like AP poll and the coaches poll. I'm just longing for the days that we can go back to and we can say others receiving votes. There's Arkansas. Like, they don't have others receiving votes on the college football playoff rankings, and they pull Memphis in there, and they're not even a ranked team. But don't you long for the days, Chuck, when it's like, man, look, they're receiving votes.
Yeah.
Maybe they can crack into the top 25. When's the last time Arkansas was ranked?
It's been a minute.
Thanks for that. Hey, Oaklawn Sports is Arkansas's #1 sports betting app, and Oaklawn's also Arkansas's only casino resort. Log on to oaklawn.com. Get details on upcoming events, the holiday racing season, December 12th through January 4th. The classic racing season begins January 30th, runs through May 2nd. But when it comes to the sports app, Arkansas's best sports betting app, download it in the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store and get up to $1,000 in bonus bets. That's what new customers earn there. Oaklawn, oaklawn.com, and the Oaklawn Sports app. 8:45, it's Wednesday. Good morning.
I know this is an audio medium, and I shouldn't just shake my head, but words fail me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Man, there's nothing like a perfect steak. So tender, juicy, and packed with flavor. And now, thanks to Plainview Beef, it's clean with no hidden chemicals. Plainview Beef feeds their cattle with wheatgrass sprouts, and their beef is loaded with nutrients your body needs. I'm telling you, you gotta try it. PlainviewBeef.com. Order direct to your house. Check out their menu, which includes 6 8-ounce fillets for just $99. Again, it's PlainviewBeef.com. Use the promo code Chuck and Bo and get a free 12-pack of beef sticks. PlainviewBeef.com.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
When something goes wrong, a car wreck, an injury, mounting debt, or getting denied the help you deserve, it's hard to know where to turn.
That's when Cadell Reynolds shows up. This is a team that fights for Arkansans. Personal injury, disability, bankruptcy, they handle it all. And they know how to get results.
You've got enough to deal with. Don't try to figure it out alone.
Call Cadell Reynolds, 866-314-3728, or visit CadellReynolds.com.
Cadell Reynolds, make the right call.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Are your gutters ready for fall? Leaves are coming, and that means it's time to protect your home. At Hog Trough Gutters, they install high-quality leaf guards that actually work. Don't waste money on the cheap guards from big box stores that clog up, and don't get stuck paying triple the price with those big national companies. With Hog Trough, you get the best of both worlds. Professional installation, premium aluminum, and stainless steel guards, as well as a 20-year warranty. Give them a call today to schedule your free inspection, or visit hoggutters.com.
There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville. So I spent yesterday, you mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.